Click subscribe to see more video of us. The video are related to ship design, Naval Architect. In this video, we will introduce and define the documentation which related to mechanical and electrical. Note: define in this video according to DNV class. Document and drawing belong to mechanical. 1. Design criteria. Dimensioning criteria, applied loads, static and dynamic. Rating with respect to power, temperature, pressure, etc., environmental conditions. 2. Assembly or arrangement drawing. A drawing showing how the parts of a mechanical assembly are arranged together. 3. Detailed drawing. A drawing showing the scantlings and arrangement of the object. Material specifications shall be included on the drawing. 4 important components of welded construction, full details of joints, welding procedure, filler metal particulars and heat treatment after welding shall be specified. 4. Design analysis. The document providing objectives, premises, assumptions, conclusions relating to analysis of static strength, dynamic strength, vibration. 5. Non-destructive testing and ED plan. The document describing the methods, extent and criteria for the non-destructive testing that shall be performed. 6. Mechanical component documentation. The documentation shall be based on a relevant selection from the following documentation types: design criteria, assembly or arrangement drawing, detailed drawing, design analysis, non-destructive testing and ED plan, mechanical component documentation, table of X installation, material specification, metals, specification of piping, valves, flanges and fittings, as applicable for the component. Document and drawing belong to electrical. 1. Overall single line diagram. The diagrammatic drawing showing power system layout with identification of all generators, transformers, switchboards, distribution boards, battery systems and major consumers, system voltages and system earthing, rating of generators kVA/kilowatts. If a prime mover is also used for driving other machinery, this shall be stated on the overall single line diagram. Rating of all transformers kVA in the distribution system. Ratings of any major consumers kVA/kilowatts. 2. Principal cable routing sketch. A sketch showing the principal cable routing, including principal routing to redundant consumers and routing of emergency power distribution in relation to normal power distribution together with information on fire divisions and high fire risk areas. The information shall be presented as a principal sketch, not as detailed drawings for all cable routings. 3. Cable selection philosophy. The document stating criteria for selection and dimensioning of cables with respect to types and sizing for different voltage levels and cable lengths. 4. Alternating current AC power consumption balance. The document stating the calculated design values for power consumption and available power for operational modes as normal operation, maneuvering, special operations, e.g. dynamic positioning, thruster-assisted positioning, crane operations, cargo handling and reeling, emergency. Tripping of non-important consumers shall be identified in the calculation. 5. Single line diagram/consumer list for switchboards. Single line diagram/consumer list for all switchboards and consumers, with information on switchboard connection, consumer ratings, cable dimensions and setting of protective devices. 6. Direct current power consumption balance. Calculated design values for power consumption and available battery capacity in emergency mode and during blackout. The calculation shall include discharge characteristics for the batteries. Tripping of non-important consumers shall be identified in the calculation. 7. Direct current DC power consumer list. A list of battery and UPS uninterruptible power supply supplied consumers with indication of redundant consumers. 8. Discrimination analysis. The document describing the discrimination for all feeders in the distribution system including a list of all settings of protection for short circuit, overcurrent and earth fault. This calculation shall include main switchboards, emergency switchboards, and all sub-distribution systems including battery and UPS uninterruptible power supply systems. The analysis shall state maximum and minimum short circuit currents as well as the generator's decrement curve. If documented by graphical diagrams, these values shall be shown on the diagrams. 9. Voltage drop calculations. Voltage drop calculations. Both stationary values as well as the voltage drop when starting large consumers can be requested. For example, the voltage drop between the main switchboard to the motor terminals when a motor, rated above 30% of the feeding generator or transformer rated power, is started direct online. 10. Cable data sheet and design drawing. For cables that are not type approved, maker. Cable types and number of course, conductor cross sections. Cross-sectional drawing. Number of strands in each conductor. Insulation thickness. Sheath thickness inner and outer. Braiding core diameter. Overall diameter. Field of application. Voltage class root mean square. Insulating material. Insulating screening. Material inner sheath. Material outer sheath. Material outer braid. Manufacturer's type test report will only be requested from manufacturers without any type approved cables. Fire test results if relevant. 11. Electrical data sheet, general. The document stating, design values for environmental conditions. Cooling system or ventilation description and design parameters. IP rating related to intended location on board. Input frequency and voltages, with tolerances. Designed short circuit strength peak value at half period and symmetrical root mean square. 12. Electrical data sheet, semiconductor assemblies. The document stating, description of the semiconductor device, with information of intended use, cooling and type of semiconductor elements. Input and output voltage and frequency, with tolerances. Rating kVA. 13. Assembly schedules and technical data. The document stating, internal power cable and bus bar dimensions in the equipment. Table with switch gear rating for power circuits e.g. making and breaking capacity. 14. Strength calculation with respect to short circuit. A document providing calculations of the bus bar strength. Applicable for switchboards rated for short circuit strength in excess of 50 kA only. Both thermal and mechanical effects shall be considered. 15. Internal arc withstanding report. A document providing a description of switchboard construction and compartment separation, showing that the assembly will withstand an internal arc, e.g. testing in accordance with IEC 62271-200 Appendix A applicable for all high voltage assemblies. 16. Electrical schematic drawing. Information on protection, synchronization, breaker interlocks, undervoltage trips, remote control circuits. 17. Switchboard layout. A drawing showing the location of instruments and devices for operation panel layout. 18. Lighting description. The document describing the design of normal, emergency, transitional and battery backup lighting for all areas on board. 19. Short circuit calculation. A document stating the short circuit levels peak value and symmetrical root mean square at 0.5 cycle for all switchboards in the distribution system. For 4-wire systems, single pole earth fault currents shall also be given. 20. Harmonic distortion calculations. Content of voltage harmonic distortion when more than 20% of connected load is by semiconductor assemblies, in relation to connected generating capacity. Harmonic distortion should be given for all operating modes of the system. 21. Electrical system philosophy. The system philosophy shall include information on the following, as relevant: configuration of the system in all operating modes and subsequent power distribution philosophy for different vessel systems or services essential, important and emergency services. Functionality of any system for automatic start and stop of generator prime movers and automatic operation of breakers. System behavior in relevant failure modes. Dead ship recovery arrangement. Blackout recovery arrangement. 22. Power supply arrangement. The document providing electrical diagrams, showing the sources and distribution of electric power supply to identified equipment, and their connections to uninterruptible power supply UPS or battery and emergency power supplies. Specifications for UPS units and batteries. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe to see more video of us.